Doc, late in the game, you have the lead, and they didn't want to foul Joel, so you were able to like knock off 10 more seconds of the clock. Could you just talk about how demoralizing it must be for the other team with the way he shoots free throws, and now it kind of affected the strategy there. They didn't want to foul him, and you got some more clock.
And I thought we did a good job too when you look at the spacing. We talked about it in the timeout. We said they're not going to foul right away. Get away from each other, literally get into a four corners. And that's what we basically did. And whenever they come, just skip it. Someone has to be open. We put Ben under the basket so they couldn't leave Ben. So it always gave us an open guy. The only fear there is if it's a deflection. But other than that, we could have moved the ball the whole clock. So to use all that clock was huge for us, no doubt.
Can you catch one more thing? I know you weren't happy with your late defense against Brooklyn, but all season, but the last 6 games or so, you've really been dominant defensively. How about that? It looks like that's the kind of defense you're going to have to play in the postseason.
Yeah, it is. Mark, it's funny. We gave up 19 threes, and they had 39 attempts, which I didn't like. I thought we didn't show great discipline, leaving the corner. But overall, I liked the intensity. I liked our pressure. We forced guys into turnovers, and that's the stuff we have to do. I mean, they had 19 turnovers tonight, and I thought that was the difference in the game.
Thank you.
Let's go to Jackson Frank.
Hey, Doc. Midway through the third quarter, you guys started kind of putting Joel more at the free throw line versus the mid post. What were you seeing there? What were some of the looks you liked out of that configuration?
I love that look. We do it a lot because you can see guys coming now. We didn't space well. Like, we got away with it tonight, honestly. I thought they had trap opportunities that they couldn't see, but they were there. Other teams will see them if we don't get our spacing right. But you get him at that nail and you get flat, it's very difficult to come. And he's so good from down there.
Keith Pompey.
Hey, Doc, maybe you alluded to this already, but what really stood out to you on this victory? I mean, you got Furkan, he stepped up in the fourth. Danny hit huge foul shots for you guys.
Yeah, I thought a lot of guys stepped up. We had 2 of our cannons out, with Tobias and Seth, and they had some of their guys out as well. So, but it was one of those games. It was really first half I thought was dominant. I was not happy at halftime because I think we were up 12, and I really thought we should have been up 20. And whenever that happens, the second half it's going to be a game where I thought we had a chance to take them out in the first half, and we didn't take advantage of that. But other than that, I thought we played really hard. I thought they played really hard. And I thought there was a lot of mistakes, both teams. And a little bit of that was fatigue. You can see that. The harder and more tired you get, the brain is the first thing to cut off. And you can see that a little bit tonight.
I know, like, each win is a win, but was there any special beating this team tonight?
No, I want to beat them because I know them. But I don't listen. If I have a choice of beating the East Coast team and a West Coast team, I'll take the East Coast team. So that would be my answer.
All right, thank you, Doc.
Kyle Newbeck.
Hey, Doc, I know you mentioned on the interview you did with the broadcast that you guys didn't track shooters well in the third quarter. Was there anything in particular that you thought was going wrong there schematically? Is that an effort thing, or like what was it? No,
schematically, we had some mistakes. They were running the pick and roll up to the top. We were supposed to show, we kept getting tangled up. Guy kept slipping loose or rolling, and it really hurt us. So the good news is we won the game. We can work on it. But those are things that we made mistakes that we don't make in pick and roll coverage, and we did over and over. We did in the first half, and they didn't take advantage of it. Give Ty credit; he saw it, and then they started doing it.
Do you think any of that was just having to play? They went kind of small and spread you guys out a lot of that second half. Did any of it have to do with that? And just
I'm sure it did, but it was guard pick and roll, Kyle, and that's what we work on. And listen, we had Mike spot in 3 different spots today. We had Anthony out on the floor. We tried to burn some minutes with Paul Reed, that obviously didn't go very well. But you know, we told them before the game that everybody has to be ready. I thought Tyrese Maxey gave us a little lift too with his pace and his speed. So it was a team win for sure.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah.
Derek Bodner.
Hey, Doc, up 3 on a final possession like that, the decision to foul, is that something you generally leave to your players in case they have a spot where they feel they can get a clean foul on, or is that something you tend to avoid?
No, I always want to foul. The problem was he kind of faced the basket and it put you in a tough spot. You know, what we're trying to get our guys to see is once the guy pushes the ball down, like once it hits down, you foul. But then he felt like he had too much of a cushion. So that's where you got to leave it up to the player at that point. But we always foul. I was more upset the play before that. We had a foul to give and I wanted to use it. And we didn't use it. And, you know, that's execution. We talked about using it and didn't, and they got that 3. So to me, that was the biggest mistake we made of the game.
Thank you.
Noah Levick.
Hey, Doc. I was just wondering how you thought Anthony did in kind of these emergency circumstances in his team debut.
It was great. I mean, I felt bad for him. He didn't know anything. I mean, play-wise, we put him at the 5, at the 4. And I was laughing with Dave Yeager. I said, doesn't matter. He didn't know either position anyway. We put him at the point guard. I mean, he didn't know any position. So we just wanted him out there to space the floor. And I thought he did that. I thought he actually made a couple of pretty good defensive plays for us as well.
Paul Hudrick.
Hey, Doc, you already touched on Tyrese, but I was just curious, like, as a guy, like a rookie, and he's having such like a weird rookie year with everything going on, just how big is it of him that he's able to kind of keep himself, that when he is getting these minutes, that he's ready to go?
Yeah, I tell you, him and Paul Reed and Isaiah, along with our skill development, if you watch them work, and listen, I've been with coaching 20 years. It's the best group I've seen, what you would call the low minute group. It's the hardest working low minute group I've ever been around. They work every day. They play scrimmages. They play hard. They execute our stuff. And that is hard for a rookie. You're not playing a lot. You don't know if you're going to play. And to show up every day and want to work on stuff that you probably won't be able to do, man, it's hard. And so I give them a lot of credit. He's kept his focus. And I keep telling him, I said, man, you're going to win a game for us. You're going to win a game during the regular season. You're going to win a game in the playoff for us. You just have to be ready when that time comes.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.